Hey, welcome back everybody. Back in the garage this morning with Jazz. Going to keep on going with Jazz here. Going to finish sanding down all of this side. Going to get this corner all squared away. And we're going to do around the window. Probably going to switch this around. He'll get that part all done today. Get this part cleaned up and remove this part so I can get all the sanding in there, put it back in. That'll finish this corner off completely. Going to continue on and start doing the B post. Oh, A post, B post. Get the B post done and the dog leg behind this door right now. Get that sanded down today. And then that'll probably be all I get done today. Starting to look at getting some paint in behind the sill plate. It's going to go underneath this sliding edge here. So it welds to the bottom of this plate and to the front where that was all spot welded already. Cleaned it up, put some paint on that. Once we line things up, I'll mark where I want to put the spot welds. I'm just going to grind off the paint just in the place where the spot welds are going to go. And we're going to run the pinch welder all the way across the bottom, welding the bottom of this plate onto here. Finish welding this fender in place and a few things buttoning up this side. The only panel left to put on after that will be the panel that's going to go across the back here, this apron, which is right here. So that will also kind of clean up, put some paint on it so it's ready to weld up in place. That likely won't happen today, but we will get a bit of sanding done. I'll capture a little bit of time-lapse video of it, but just bits as I work around, and over the next week hopefully get the rest of the bus from the rub rail down, sanded to bare metal all the way around the bus. We'll get that squared away hopefully over this week, and move on from there, do any repairs that we have to do. Of course, we discover as we're stripping things down, do those repairs, and then we should be ready to start doing some body work. Gonna roll the bus outside and do inside that gas cap area as well. Gonna take it outside so that I can use my little sandblaster, and we'll clean that area up. Sandblasting any of these regions as well, we'll clean up in a similar fashion. Any spots that need to be tidied up, we will do. And then move on to body work. Sandblast the welds, get a bit of the fiberglass filler on those welds, let that all set up, and then sand a bit, start getting filler on it, sanding everything down nice and smooth, and hopefully have this in primer in the next couple of months. When it gets really cold, I'll probably be slowing down on what I can get done, but the videos will come out less frequent, but we'll try and get the content so we can capture the whole project from picking up the bus, getting it, rebuilding everything that we've done so far, getting it into all the body work done and primed. After that, well, the jury's still out as to what we're going to do, but we'll keep going. Here we go. All right, a little bit of an update. Got a couple hours of some sanding work done. So I've got the back corner here sanded down right up to the drip rail. Did around this back window as well. So that's all. Got the paint sanded off. I'm gonna have to do a bit of sandblasting into this area. I was talking about that earlier. Take a wire wheel to it, clean things up. Gonna sandblast in there a little bit. But this is all cleaned up to the drip rail. Did the dog leg and the B posts, so that's squared away. And got the nose here done up to the drip rail as well at the top. Have to remove the wipers and the windshield washer sprayer nozzle so I can finish doing that area. But these are cleaned up. I had to do a lot of that by hand. We'll strip off this bottom area yet and do inside by the headlights to get that squared away. Once we get that done, well, that's going to be a tomorrow thing. I'm wrapping her up for today, or heading up to Montreal for the evening. And we're going to continue. Probably not tomorrow. We'll finish the top of this door too. Still going to pop that glass out. Need a hand with that so I can get all the little kind of close areas. I didn't want to destroy the seals, although they're being replaced anyway, but just wanted to get that kind of cleaned up. But this door is looking better. Going to do a reskin the bottom area there. And then this half of the bus will be done. So it's looking pretty good. Not sure if we're going to do these doors yet. They might just get sanded down smooth and repainted, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But that's where we're at so far. Cheers. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are in the garage again. Chaz just going to get a couple things finished up here today. Where the welding wants to do on this side. So I want to put this lower sill on. This guy here. He's going to go up in this area here. This top surface. See this channel. The groove in here. That's the seal that'll go around for the sliding door. Fit along that along the bottom of the track. This top edge will be what spot welds to this lip in here. So we're going to do some little notches in this. I can't quite get in there to do use a punch tool, or maybe I'll drill it, make some spots so that we can spot weld it to this. And then the lower lip here we'll weld on along here, and we'll mark that and grind off the paint in those spots so we can get good contact, and we'll use the pinch welder all the way along that bottom edge. I got a couple spots to finish welding on the front section of the rear fender and a couple spots in the wheel arch to do. We'll get those done today. And we got to make a patch for that little lower corner where there was a blister of paint, and got it opened up. We'll clean all that out, make a new piece, weld that up, and then grind those welds, or the welds here. Everything else will be in behind. And that's the goal for today. We'll just get those things done. The next thing after that will be getting her turned around so we can do the other side, finish sanding it down, and get it ready for body work. Haven't decided what we're doing with these doors yet. We might just do those at the body shop, or maybe I'll strip them down. Haven't decided. We'll see. Here we go. All right, you can see there's some holes punched in this every few inches. Just clean off some of the material off the top here. Get this sill clamped in place, and then we'll tack that in. And we'll go from there. Here we go. Alright, so we got all the edges marked, ground off the paint. We're going to do the spot weld with the pinch welder, and we mark all those same spots on here and ground all the edges off. Areas where I don't have clearance, I put holes to do plug welds, and both ends are the most challenging ones. You can kind of see them there against the back of the bumper. We're going to clamp this in place and get some welding done. Here we go. Alright, we're back in here now. Got the sill welded on all the way. The battery died on me when I was doing it. So you can see along the bottom edge, all the spot welds are done. All the way across. And some welds across the top of the track onto this lip. And this is where the seal is going to go inside here. And it goes up this track here all the way around the door. We're going to take the little die grinder and clean up those welds. Get everything cleaned up in this corner, fix up the things we need to. I'm going to make a little couple passes in here to plug that hole that's in there as well, just to minimize how much crap in the back there, although it doesn't really matter. We'll see what we do with that. Yeah, we'll keep going. Here we go. We've got the outer rocker on, or sill, below the sliding door. Got a couple little spots I'm just going to have to tuck up. There's a little pinhole. I want to get another dab of weld into those to make sure I don't get any spots that are going to trap moisture and just create rust in the future, as long as I can anyway. I'm going to do a bit more grinding in here where the seal goes in, just to clean that up, get this bottom back section welded in, and then we can move on to the front dog leg. Here we go. Got a couple more things squared away. Space a little bit tight up here, but there was the 3 holes that were in the nose before, or here, these 2 in there, and we got those trimmed up and filled in. There's a couple pinholes, 1 there, 2 there. I'm going to take and just spot weld those in a bit more, grind that clean again. Got a little bit of a low spot right there in the center between the 3, so we'll use the welder to pull that dent a little bit, try and get that straightened up a little bit. Might have to put a bit of heat to it to get that metal sorted out before we do any more body work on it, but it's coming along pretty good. A couple little repairs to do in the nose, but it's not too bad. The sliding door is back on, dog leg squared away, and we've got it sanded down from here back. Of course, like I said before, we haven't done that door yet. Haven't decided if we're going to sand that down now or see if we can just give it a, scuff up the surfaces, do a little bit of repairs on it, and leave the old stuff on it. I'll ask the guys at the body shop what I need to do there. The rest is looking pretty good. Tomorrow we'll be able to fire it up, get it outside, get it turned around, get it back in, and then I'll start working on the other side. Still got the back to do for sanding as well, so we're about halfway there, folks, and it's looking pretty good. Here we go. All right, here we go again. Got the door off Chaz, got Chaz outside. I'm going to work on getting this patch off and seeing what we've got underneath it, and then mark it for the skin. We've got the new part standing up there. So we're going to reskin about 9.5 inch. It's going to take me to just about up to these marks here, so that'll get rid of a lot of the damaged area that's on here, and it'll give us a much cleaner skin to work with and be a much better product going forward. Here we go. All right, take another look at it. We got the not the greatest quality of skin part, warm, but it's all I can get right now. So, got it marked off, the bottom trimmed off. I'm going to do a bit more cleaning on the bottom edge because it still has where the overlap was of the patch, of the homemade patch from what I can tell. Riveted, brazed. There'll be a couple of repairs to do in here. Got a bit of rust to clean up in here. Do a rust converter, get things cleaned up, straighten a few things out. Get this trimmed up for the panel. I think I'd like to offset it a little bit if I can. I'm just going to get that cleaned up to the line, get that to fit nice. It won't be perfect, but it'll be a lot better than what we had. Here we go. Alright, got things kind of trimmed up. Got the skin fitting in place, clamped on, it's marked. I have to do a real careful cut up to that line. And then I'm going to be tacking this on. Seems to fit pretty nice. Once I get it tacked in real good, then we're going to start folding over these bottom edges and get all that put in place as well. I think it's a little bit tight here, but we're going to get that squared away. And then we should have this door skin and hang it back on the bus this evening. Might not be fully welded up, but it'll be at least tacked. Just hang it back on the door and check for fitment before I put too many tacks and make sure everything's squared away. Here we go. All right, just gonna keep going here, do a little bit of explanation. Got a tack in place, test fitted on the bus, fits real nice, the gaps look real good. So now I'm just going along and I'm cutting, because it's overlapping a little bit with what was left. Cutting it at about a 45 angle so that when I push this in, I get a nice flat surface between the two panels. I want to try and keep that as nice and tight as I can. A little bit high here, so I might have to just snip these and get down a bit more. But I'll keep working that until I get this in nice and tight all the way across, and then we'll go across and weld it all up. Here we go.
Alright, putting a mask on. Got some comments about I should be doing a mask. Absolutely right. Awful lot of dust. Don't need to be breathing that crap in. So we're gonna still just keep getting this metal strip down. I'm gonna finish stripping this panel on this side. Still got a little bit of welding to do in this back corner. Gotta grind the welds down on this. Hopefully you can hear me okay in this thing. Couple welds to grind down still, and then we should be getting the bus ready to start doing a little bit of filler work. Got a low spot here to correct. Got a low spot in here and some divs to fix up, as well as on the other side. A few things to correct in the metal, and then we should be able to get on to bodywork. Once I get started on that, the videos will be a little bit slower coming out. It'll be at least every 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, just because it's very repetitive. I'm applying some body filler, gonna be sanding for hours, not a lot to see, so I'll put a couple short ones out, just kind of giving updates on where we're progressing and go from there. But just gotta keep going.
All right, back in the garage here with Chaz. Finished up a couple things. Got the dog leg area squared away. Had a little patch to do in the floor, but got the inner sill piece all welded in. Across in there, it's welded in from the back of the back side of the post. The weld's a bit ugly in the back side of the post. I'm gonna have to try and clean that up. It was a real awkward spot to get into. I'll have to clean it up a little bit after. What we're gonna be doing today, got a couple other things to do. So I'm gonna get the wheel fired back on, gonna put the door back on. Going to get Chaz fired up, put her outside for a little bit. I gotta work on another little car rocker on a little Honda Fit for this afternoon and evening. And then I'll bring the bus back in. The next phase is for it. Got to pull this glass out so I can finish sanding. I mentioned that before. We're going to get that done on both sides, the sliding door and here. I'm going to get the hardware off the front, finish cleaning up little areas around the lights. And then we're going to go for a trip to the body shop. And we got some low areas kind of in here that we're going to do some work on the metal to get that pulled out, shrink the metal so that we get a nice surface, so we won't be hanging a bunch of body filler off of it to get it finished up. The goal is to try and get some body work done and get a coat of primer on it, seal everything up so that's a nice healthy looking bus. The next video probably won't come out sometime till like the end of March. This is going to wrap things up from where we're at so far, but it's coming along. I'm just grinding this weld and that bottom panel, and I still got to sand off this bottom panel too. But it's coming along, looking all right. A few little spots to finish cleaning things up, but we're calling it right now the Volkswagen Airstream or something like that, and I thought that was a pretty funky name for it. But Chaz is coming along, doing okay. Going to finish things up today and get this video uploaded and carry on again. Probably, like I said, in March we'll be should have the content together, throw another video up as to how we're doing. But thanks very much for watching. For those of you who stuck around with us this long, appreciate it. And smash the like button for me on the video, share the content, subscribe if you haven't, and anybody else that you think might like this kind of content working on old Volkswagen. Subscriptions are free, just signing up so that you get notifications on what we're doing every time we put up a new video. And yeah, drop a comment in as well. Appreciate hearing from everybody. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Cheers.